This week on Inside Boulder News, Parks and Recreation celebrates a flood recovery milestone. The irrigation system on parts of the Pearl Street Mall gets some much-needed TLC. And some vivacious seniors surprise fans with their dance moves at a CU-Boulder basketball game. Welcome to Inside Boulder News. I'm Ashley Pearl. The North Boulder Recreation Center Gymnasium reopened this week for the first time since the September flood. Staff and contractors worked for 5.5 months not only to repair severe damage, but also to upgrade this much-used portion of the facility.
The night of the flood, all of the water flowed on the north side of the building, and it actually came underneath the doors of the gymnasium, and it actually flooded about a quarter of the gym, and then all of a sudden the water started going underneath the vapor barrier, and warped the entire gym floor.
While the repairs were taking place, all of the gymnasium programming had to be moved to the South Boulder Recreation Center and East Boulder Community Center.
We wanted to see if we could mitigate any issues from happening again if there was any future floods, so we made a thicker vapor barrier, and then we wanted to evaluate the community needs, and we added pickleball lines because that's a trending thing right now in the community. So it's a little bit better. We have a logo, new pads, and it's actually better for injuries. Also, the floor is a major upgrade of what we had.
With the reopening of the North Boulder Recreation Center gym, 95% of the flood damage to the Parks and Recreation Department has been addressed.
We have amazing customers and patrons. The entire city supported just the recovery process for the Boulder Parks and Recreation Department. We had 780 volunteers that helped out, about 2,300 hours to make us whole again, and without their community support, this wouldn't have been possible to be recovered this fast. So just a big thank you to all of our volunteers for helping us.
To thank the community for their patience during the gym reconstruction process, the North Boulder Recreation Center will be free and open to the public this Sunday, March 9th from 7:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can use the fitness area, join a drop-in class, use the new gymnasium, lap pool, or relax in the leisure pool. It's all free. Log on to boulderparks-rec.org for more details. Thirsty Pearl Street plants rejoice. The last phase of irrigation renovation on the 1200 block of Pearl is underway. The project is one part of a multi-year effort to improve the sustainability and efficiency of how the mall manages its underground water systems.
We have in the past, due to the aging infrastructure, we have had several issues with the irrigation that you can't really see above ground, but we've had water line breaks underground that have caused damage and have resulted in water loss. So one of the main goals of this refurbishment is to be better in line with our department's best management practice for water conservation and increase plant health for both the trees and the flowers, which will also allow us to use a different variety of plants in certain areas, so low water plants, more native species, just to kind of change things up.
Construction is expected to last into April. Updates and progress reports will be posted on the Pearl Street Mall webpage. City Manager Jane Brodigam announced this week that Deputy Police Chief Greg Testa will serve as interim police chief starting on April 1st. Testa will replace Chief Mark Beckner, who retires next month after 36 years as a Boulder police officer. Testa is a 27-year veteran of the Boulder Police Department and has served as officer, detective, sergeant commander, SWAT commander, and deputy chief during his time with the city. The city will conduct an internal search process for the next chief of police. A date has not yet been set to fill the more permanent position. 15 members of Boulder Fire Rescue will be getting their heads shaved next week to raise money and awareness for childhood cancer research. The money raised will go to the St. Baldrick's Foundation.
About 83 cents on the dollar goes back to the cancer research, to St. Baldrick's, to actually go to cancer research in the community. A lot of it stayed at CU last year for research. Supporting children in our community outside of, when we run calls, to let them know that we care, and they're the heroes here, not us. They're more brave than we could ever be. So getting out there and talking to those kids and interacting with them the day of the event, and showing the community that we care as individuals and not only as firefighters but as people.
Team Boulder Fire is hoping to raise $5,000 for St. Baldrick's Foundation. To help the firefighters reach their goal, log on to stbaldricks.org and search for Team Boulder Fire. The event will take place at Centennial Middle School at 5 p.m. on March 14th. Check out the Channel 8 Facebook page on March 17th for some fun before and after pictures. It only happens at 2 CU-Boulder basketball games a year, and fans go crazy for it every time.
The favorite part is the reaction of the kids in the gym. I mean, they just go wild. And we've always had kind of one little thing that really grabbed them. Last year we did that Gangnam style thing, and they went crazy. So this year Dick is our wow factor.
I'm the new kid on the block. Favorite part? I don't know. I guess going out there and having all the girls point at me and say, "He's the guy," you know. I don't get that very often.
Well, they start learning the choreography in January, and then they probably put in about 20 rehearsals before they hit the court.
I was a polka dancer, but that doesn't qualify for this kind of dancing. I just stepped in last year because they were short of dancers, so they couldn't eliminate me. They needed an extra pair of legs.
The first year, Marie said, "What if they boo?" And we said, "Marie, wait, they do not boo."
And they all assured me and said, "Oh, I would have a great time." Well, they were right. I did have a great time.
I love it. I've been in it 5 years, but 2 years ago, I couldn't because I had knee replacement. And so I didn't do it. Now it's heartbreaking, but I've loved every minute of it. And I think every year we do something just that cheers everybody on more and more.
The kick line is the most fun. We feel like the Rockettes, you know. The first year, I think I was nervous. I was never nervous again because I knew how it was going to go and what the kids were going to do. And one of the cheerleaders said to me, "This is our favorite thing all year long."
All of the members of the Golden Crew are residents at Boulder's Golden West. Golden West offers independent and assisted living for seniors 62 and older. Thank you for watching Inside Boulder News. Stay in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter by submitting news tips and questions. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe.